Really, I'm a complete idiot. I woke up this morning in a full-scale panic because I thought, oh no, my show is today. Oh, I don't even know what songs I'm going to sing. And I tried last night. I started playing my new opening to the best of the bonus round, and for some friends. And I got to the middle part and completely spaced on it. I did not remember one word. I just remember that it just sort of went nowhere, you know. And I'm doing it on guitar, which is crazy to begin with, and I'm doing a show on it with guitar. And so I go down to the front desk here to check out this practice room, and I get out the ledger, and it goes, all right, December 4th, Friday, and I go December 5th. Oh, set. And I looked at the guy and said, is today Saturday? And he said, yeah. I went, oh, 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 I'm so glad. I I said, I'm so glad because now I have a whole day to forget that my show's tomorrow. Ah! Oh, yesterday we did the AIDS program at the New York Lab School, and it was really beautiful. The family of the girl who had died 20 years ago, Ebony Washington, I think is her name. Every year they put on this show, and they remind, of course, the kids they weren't even alive when Ebony died 20 years ago. But every year the school puts on this little memorial for this girl. Well, it's an AIDS program in memorial to the little girl, and they show pictures of her, and they bring members of her family. So the members of the family came up and they spoke about her, about how much they loved her. And the kids did a great job. They did exactly what I asked them to do. Just look down and read, then look up at the audience and say the words that you're supposed to say. And don't try to put anything into it. Just say the words as simply and as clearly as you can. And when he read the poem about her, it just, the room, I mean, all these kids were very restless. They're buzzy, you know, they're high school kids. And it just got very, very quiet. And I could tell it worked. It totally worked. And it reminded me of when the last session was new. We were still running the workshop in LA. And I had never been on anyway, I never really acted before. And so we're doing it with Chip Eston, Charles Eston, who's on Nashville now. He was my co-star, his buddy. So one particular night, Jimmy's directing, I am feeling emotions, baby. I am feeling emotions, and I'm just pouring my blood out there on the stage and feeling it. And we get in the car afterwards, and I'm so proud. I am so proud. And we're driving up Sunset Boulevard, or Santa Monica Boulevard, and suddenly I hear from Jim, well, that was the worst thing I've ever seen you do. It broke my heart. I was like, what? But. And all along, what he had been telling me on the show, because I was an amateur, and that's true, and still probably am to a great degree. He just said, he had been telling me, look, please say the words clearly. Don't go into a bunch of, just say the words clearly and in the right order, and I promise you the audience will get it and you'll be fine. So, but that night I had to act. I had to feel it. So we're in the car, and he says, well, that's the worst thing I've ever seen on a stage. And I was like, I don't get it. I'm completely confused. Then later on, a couple years ago, I started taking acting lessons here in New York from Andy Gale. And I decided if I was going to take an acting class, I should learn some Shakespeare, right? After all, he's the greatest playwright. I should learn some Shakespeare. So I get this speech from Richard II, which is all about poor Richard in the bottom of a jail cell and being all sad. And I am feeling it, baby, and I'm waving my hands about, and just really, I made a scene, and I sat down, and I was so proud. So then Andy says, all right, do me a favor. Do the scene again, but this time sit and put your hands under your legs. Don't move. Don't do anything. Just sit on your hands. So I sat on my hands, and very slowly I started to say the words. I have been studying how I may compare this prison where I live unto the world. And I'm doing this speech, and I'm doing this speech, and I'm doing this speech, and it's a long speech. And I got about 2/3 of the way, or 3/4 of the way through it, where Richard is bemoaning his fate. And I swear this is true. All of a sudden, tears started rolling down my face. And it's funny because I wasn't like feeling sad, I wasn't choking, I wasn't, like this. Just tears just rolling down my face. And inside, all I'm doing is just saying the words very simply, with putting no emotion, putting nothing into them, just saying the words. And when I got to the end of the speech, the tears are still going. And here's the interesting part of it for me, is I still wasn't feeling, but the tears were still rolling down my face. And I'm sitting there, wow, I can't believe tears are rolling. I said to them in the class, I can't believe tears are still rolling down my face, because I'm not really, experiencing some traumatic loneliness inside of me. But all I can say is the words must have penetrated something very deeply. And I was feeling his loneliness on such a fundamentally deep level that it wasn't me going through a bunch of stuff. It was just as if some lower, innermost, private part of me was feeling that pain and wasn't having to bother me with it. I don't know if that makes any sense. And that was the lesson for any performer, is just get the song right. Get the words right. Get them clear. The emotions are in the material, and it'll do the work for you. And that's my lesson of the day. And also, remember what day your show is on, because, I don't know, you might want to show up for it.